Alright, in this video I want to talk about a little bit more RegEx and things that I have learned over the past several months. Back when I first started doing RegEx tutorials, I used the dot and the star, and I was doing several TC reg functions inside of my formula in KLWP. Well, I have simplified that quite a bit, and what I'm doing is, just for an example, I have this paragraph or several lines of text here, and what I've done to it, first of all, is I have it inside of a global, a text global that I've called stuff, and it's that same exact text here in KLWP that you see over here. I have that exact same text right here as well. As you can see, I'm just showing GV stuff, but then in this bottom piece down here, that's going to be this next text piece here, I have one single TC reg function to actually match all this information, and we capture this stuff inside of some capture groups. Now my code is a little bit different here, but I'm just going to go in here and change something real quick. And my goal here is not to show you how to read all this regex. You may say, well, how can I do that? Here's a couple of websites to help you learn some regex. regexr.com. As you start typing in regex, it will explain everything that you're doing. Not only that, once you start creating capture groups, you can replace those capture groups, and we can see how I'm replacing stuff, and this is what I'm using in KLWP. I'm searching for all this junk, matching all this stuff. I have some capture groups inside of here. Capture groups are things inside of parentheses, by the way. And then I'm replacing it with a $1 followed by a space. That's not a line return there. $2, $3. And what that's returning is, I am a KLWP junkie, if you didn't know already. Well, it's taken and it's really pulling this stuff out and this stuff out right there. Now, I just chose to use greater than and less than symbols as points of reference in this piece of text, but they could have been anything for that matter. For example, I could come back into this code over here and I could do an and symbol here and an and symbol here. And if I come up here into my code, if I look for the right spots, I should return the same information. So again, my goal is not to show you how to read this stuff, because this is one resource. Other resources are regex1.com. You can do some lessons there to learn about the proper notation for regex. Two folks over on YouTube that I watch to learn this stuff, Corey Schaefer, he has a 40-minute video that will show you how to read regex through some examples. Of course, he's not using KLWP, but the regex works the same way inside of KLWP. And then the coding train. This guy over on YouTube, he has an entire series on regular expressions. I encourage you to subscribe to those two guys. Check out those videos if you are interested in learning regex. Once I've watched those videos, I practiced those exercises. I went over to hackerrank.com. They have some exercises that you can practice with regex as well. And then over at regexcrossword.com, all of these tutorials here, they start off very basic and then they get really crazy. For example, Hamlet, this one here, this one, it took me about 30 minutes to solve, but I really did get more fluent in reading and understanding what regex means. The square brackets, the parentheses, what a plus means, what a star means, what the curly braces mean, all of that stuff. It's a lot to crunch into one video, and that's what Corey does a pretty good job of explaining what all that stuff means. But what I wanted to let you know here is that instead of me doing multiple TC reg functions inside of my function or my formula, I can do one of them. I can capture the groups that I want to actually pull. I want to extract that information from that text. And then from there, I can use the $1. I can replace it. And I can replace all of that stuff with my group 1, group 2, and group 3. And all you have to do is learn how to use these parentheses correctly. Now, some other things too that I have learned over time, I'm going to show you some of the things that I don't do as much anymore. For example, I used to use dot star a lot, and dot star, what that does, the dot represents any character except a line break. So in previous times when I was using regex, I was searching for all the line breaks and I was replacing them with nothing. Like in my music lyrics, I have a much simpler one single regex function where I can get the music lyrics without doing multiple TC reg functions. And then I would do the star. That's only going to match one line of our document. A way I can match my whole document up at one time is the following character set. Now this character set here will match anything that's a white space, \s. You can learn about this over at regexr. \s represents white space. \S is not white space. Now this is currently matching 97 different things. It's matching every single character, every single space, every single line return. But if I want to get one match out of this, I can use a plus or I can use a star or an asterisk. Either one of these will match the rest of the document in this case. The quantifier, the star, is a quantifier and it matches 0 or more of the preceding token. So it's matching everything because it's matching either a white space or not a white space. White spaces are, well, right there. Spaces, tabs, and line breaks. Not a white space is everything else in your document. Symbols, letters, whatever. So I have started using that a lot more, and that's one thing that's allowing me to create these capture groups and not having to do multiple TC reg functions. Do you have to do this? No, but I do find it makes the code a little bit easier to read. If you start sharing this stuff with other people, they don't have to hunt through multiple TC reg functions. And then as an added bonus as well, what I have done, I wanted to show you, this is the lyrics V3. And the version here, if I go to my music lyrics, it works the same way as the lyrics V1 and V2, where I've showed you how to create the lyrics from azlyrics.com. But check it out. I'm getting the song lyrics using one TC reg function. Now, yes, that looks crazy, but really I'm using that \s, \S quite a bit. I'm using what's called the lazy thing. A lazy, let me show you that real quick. If I throw a question mark over here, lazy makes the preceding quantifier lazy, causing it to match as few characters as possible. Once you mess around with that some more in those exercises at the websites I provided earlier in the video, you'll know about more of what it does as compared to not using it. But yeah, I got all this stuff, and notice I have one capture group in here, that set of parentheses right there. That little piece right there, as a matter of fact, is what grabs all of that. Whereas if I come in here and I take all of this stuff away, back to a single webgit GV URL, again, this is back in the music lyrics video, but I took away all my regex, we're cutting out all of that junk. And then as I scroll up to above the lyrics, it cuts out all this and even everything above it. But again, using one TC reg function. And there you have it. You know, create your capture groups using parentheses with your knowledge of regex and replace it with a $1, $2 for however many capture groups that you are working with. And that's it for this video. I hope it helped.